morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. And thank you for joining us for today's webinar, How to Market Your Referral Program. It's me again, Michaela Martinson. I am the Content Marketing Manager here at Get the Referral, and I am glad to be back as your host today. I'm thrilled to have you all here with us today, so don't be shy. Say hello. Tell us where you're from in the chat box. We'd love to say hello to you. We're excited about this one. Today, we're going to walk you through what your organization needs to know in order to market your referral program and your new mobile app powered by GTR. Now, this webinar is part of a series of webinars that I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys. We're calling it the GTR Success Roadmap Series, and it's designed to provide you with the steps we recommend that you take to get the most out of our platform based on our experience and what our most successful customers are doing. So on our last webinar a couple weeks ago, we walked you through the beginning of the GTR onboarding process with GTR Customer Success Team Lead, Chad Etchison. And today we are going to pick up where we left off, but don't worry if you missed the last one, because we have the replay of that webinar for you, and we'll be giving you access to that after this webinar with some other goodies. So be sure to stick around. Now, as usual, I have some housekeeping items I want to take care of before I introduce my guest and we get started. But before we do that, I have a quick poll that I want to share with you guys. And it's going to be the same question that I asked you guys last time. So if you were on with us last time, we want to know, what stage are you at with GTR? I'd love to hear where you are with the process. So while you guys are filling out that poll, I want you to know that we are going to be covering a lot of information today, and we will be providing you with all of the slides from today's presentation in PDF format. So don't worry about writing everything down or reading every single word on the slide, because we're going to have those ready for you at the end. And we've got a bunch of other free success resources for you to download after the webinar as well. So please, please stay till the end, because you will not want to miss those. For those who are wondering if this is being recorded, yes, it is. We will be sharing the replay link after the webinar. You'll get that email sometime tomorrow. And when you get that email, we invite you to revisit the content like always, share it with your friends, rewatch it. There's probably going to be some things that you'll want to go over again. And of course, like always, we welcome your questions and comments. So please feel free to connect with us in the chat box. I see you guys already saying hello. Welcome, welcome, everybody. If you have questions, please just pop them in there. And we have reserved a little bit of time, like always, at the end for questions and answers. So with that, let's take a look at what we've got here. I'm going to stop the voting and see what it looks like. Oh, wow, it looks like we've got a little bit of a mix here. People are still filing in. So nice. We've got a well-rounded mix today joining us. So with that, let's see where we are, guys. All right, I am going to, let me back up one slide and introduce my special guest today. I am so excited to introduce another senior member of our GTR team. She has been with GTR for almost 5 years. And she's been our guest on these webinars before. She has shared her experience and knowledge with us. I am super excited to introduce GTR Marketing Operations Manager and Referral Champion, Barbara Dominguez. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here. And I'm so excited with the whole training series, because we've been thinking about this for a long time. And we had so much success on the last section that we did. So we are just happy to be here again, because we see that the purpose of the series is being accomplished, like the goal has been accomplished, and a lot of customers commenting in, and we just want to provide as much resources as possible to be successful.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one as well. So let's get into it. Just to reiterate, today's webinar is picking up from where we left off. It is the latter part of the onboarding process. We're going to cover the second part of the Admin 2 training today. And in in addition to providing you some marketing strategies that you can use to get traction and momentum with your referral program. I do want to note that you'll see on there we have a little yellow sales team training as part of the onboarding process as well. There will be another webinar in future covering that part. It's critical, so make sure you keep a lookout for that invite as well. So from here, we are going to dive right into what this looks like. Now, I want to make sure from the very beginning that we reiterate the importance of fully investing in your referral program. A few important things that we want to highlight from the beginning, and that is one of them. This means making the referral program a part of your company culture and including that referral program link and information about it everywhere. That's your signs on your store, at the bottom of your email signatures. Have your team members mention it, all of the good things. Don't you agree, Barbara?
Totally. And sometimes, like in this new tech environment, when you have so many platforms that you use, the MarTech, it's like huge for some companies. Sometimes you have the thought that like we might just be one more app or one more software, but you're wrong. Like this is the software for your company's success. We know it's not a plug and play, but it's because it takes work from our team to integrate everything and make sure that we provide the best and seamless experience for your team and your customers. And also because there is training for you to get used to it. It needs training for your sales team. So the time that you put here, it's going to be critical for the success of your platform. And the series is here to help you to provide more and more information so you can rely on your CSMs as well as some other extra resources to be able to be successful.
Fantastic. Before I do that, I just want to make sure I enable the Q&A portion of this. I'm going to pop back over here and make sure that any questions you guys ask are highlighted for us. Thanks for your patience with that. Now, Barbara, everything you said, so important. I want to piggyback that and let you guys know that this is the foundation, right? Everything that you do in the beginning with your CSMs and implementation is the foundation for your success, which is super important for all of us here at GTR. We want you to succeed. Now, we're going to move into the marketing portion. I know this is what you've all been waiting for. So take a look at what we're going to focus on today. We are diving into a few different strategies. And as you know, or you may not know, there are so many different kinds of marketing strategies that you can use in the world today, from SEO to pay-per-click and many, many others. But today, we're going to focus on these three: email marketing, push notifications, and social media, as well as which GTR features you can use to implement these strategies and how. So which strategy is your favorite, Barbara, and why?
To be honest, I think that I'm a little bit old school. I have two reasons why I will pick email marketing. I think it's because I'm a little bit more old school, but also because we've been running an email campaign currently in the company, and we're having so much success with our nurturing campaign that I am just excited that I know a lot of people will say that email is dead, but I think that if you know how to use it, you can be very successful.
I 100% agree. Email, people do say email is dead a lot, and I disagree fully. People don't necessarily correspond personally via email. I think that's true. But when it comes to business and getting notifications of importance, I think email is super critical.
And the thing is just to do like multi-channel. Email by itself, it's probably not going to pay off. But we picked email kind of here because we want to tell a story for you guys to tell this story for your customers. And we believe that email is a good start. So it could be like in order of my preference, but also in order of the story that we want you to tell.
Absolutely. And another reason that email is super important is this is one of the first pieces that you can do, one of the first tasks as a marketing task for your launch. to really get the most out of our platform, because what you want to do is start getting advocates. You need to invite people into your program, invite people to download your app. So, what our team will recommend is that you start by gathering a list of current and past customers for your business and email them an invitation to download your app and your referral program. And that's why we have that kind of as the first part here. You can see you can do that in your customer relationship management software. If you have your own CRM that you're using already, by all means, if that makes it easier for you, or if you use something like MailChimp. But if you don't, you can actually import your contacts into the GTR dashboard and use our email manager to do that. So it's a really powerful way to get a strong launch right from the beginning.
Yes. And I lost what I was going to say, but I think that one of the things that email is very helpful is that you can invest as little as like $0 with your email campaign, right? And I remembered. We talk about a lot about referrals, right? You need to get more referrals. Referrals are the fuel. But what do you need to get a referral? An advocate. You need someone to be there to refer your brand. So the first start, like the first thing to start your program is to really have a large base of advocates. And sometimes when you are onboarding with us, you're like, okay, so I have my dashboard ready. So moving forward, everybody that I visit, I'm going to ask them to download the app. Yes. Perfect. You need to like have all your sales rep train and do this. But if you have like 5,000 customers, past customers plus current customers, this is 5,000 opportunities for you to get advocates. So you cannot miss this step. It's very important that you do this. Okay. It's a strong start for your program. And as Michaela said, you don't have to necessarily use another platform to do it. If you already have that embedded on your CRM, if you have the strategy to send emails in there, it's totally fine. If you have an email platform like MailChimp or some others in the market, totally fine as well. But we do provide you a way to do it in our system if you don't have this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to have your contact base with their email and personal information. You're going to upload those contacts into our dashboard. They're going to be classified as contacts. They're not your advocates yet. Okay. So you're going to manage them differently, and I'm going to show you how. Once they sign up, once they create an account in the app, then they move from contact to advocate. And then you can target them different. And then you can prompt them to send referrals and do all the other things that we're going to show you how to do it. But very important that you do this strong start for your program. Some people will probably forget about it or not give the importance. Or even if you've been with us for a long time and you haven't done this, you can definitely do this. And you can promote the invite email. You can say, here is our new app, or in case you miss it, this is how we work, whatever message you want to tailor. But please don't forget to do this. I'm going to show you how to do this in our dashboard. And as you can see here in this slide, and Michaela did an amazing job pulling out a lot of resources. When you download this presentation, everything that it's underlined, it's a hyperlink that you can get access to some content. So here, the same thing that I'm going to show you, there are instructions on how to do it with a knowledge base article. Okay. Can I do it already, Michaela?
Yeah, absolutely. You can share your screen and give us a look inside the dashboard. This is exciting stuff. Let me.
Yes. So I want to share this screen here. So I am on our fake mockup dashboard. Okay. So here in your menu on your left bar, you're going to scroll down into email marketing and then email manager. And then you can see that we have some folders here. So if you want to email your advocates, you have them all listed here. But if you go to contacts, that's where you're going to have your contacts that haven't turned into advocates yet. Okay. And then when you hit import, Then you're going to upload a file with their information. And then from there, you can work those contacts to send them emails. So what you're going to do once you have the list here, you can select the contacts that you want to send the email. And then you can either schedule an email. This is an awesome feature that we have. You don't have to necessarily send right now. You can schedule, or you can send it right away. And then from here, from here, you can either create yourself a message, or you can select our template. And we do have the invite context to become an advocate, that you can start with this template. You can customize this template. So you have a lot of options here, but definitely we try to make it as simple as possible. And we encourage you again to do it. And don't forget this important step. Together with that, I cannot forget to mention that this is only one of the emails that you can send. So once people download your app and become an advocate, the system will trigger the welcome email. And this email has information about the program, the rewards, how they can refer. So this step is very important. You're keeping them engaged through the series of emails. You can definitely do another email with some promotional a promotion, a campaign, or something that you want to promote, a document that you're uploading in your system that you want them to see, and definitely thank you emails as well. So these are some of the topics that you can use to send emails. But again, this is the beginning of the story that we want to tell.
Absolutely. And I just want to piggyback on that notation you made about the welcome email. That is going to be one of, if not the first email that your customer success manager recommends that you customize, because you are going to want to go in there and give that information that Barbara mentioned about your program. Every referral program is going to be different, right? You decide how you want your program structured. So you want to go in there and make sure that it's personalized for your program, for your customers. So that's super important. And these are just a few of the kinds of emails that you can send. And they're just a few of the types of templates that you'll want to dig into and customize so that your customers get the best experience and you represent your customers, your company, the way you want your customers to see you. So I think we are going to dive into push notifications yet next, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a peek back in the dashboard. If you want to reshare, we can look at the next strategy, which is one of get the referrals. I think what we call the magic sauce.
Totally. So imagine that you send the first email, people create an account, they sign up as an advocate, they get your welcome email, they have instructions on how to work in the app, and then you can continue to nurture them through push notifications. We have a variety of templates that you can use in our system to status changes. So like if they have a referral that changed the status, one that I love is that when I get the money, so when they have a referral that is sold, they're going to get a push notification to tell them that they have money in their wallet. This is one of my favorite ones. But you can also set up some push notifications to talk about a holiday, or we talk about a lot about like when you have something happening on your neighborhood, or a special event, anything. So what you're going to do again on your menu here, you're going to scroll down to push notification manager. And same thing as we did with the email, you're going to have the option to either schedule a push notification. So if you click here, it's going to show the same window as the immediate push notification. So you can select a template that we have. You can create a template, your own, or you can write it down the message here to send it out like on the spot. And then you have if you're doing a schedule, I just need to do a little smaller because I want to, like this. So you can pick up the day, the time, and then schedule your push notification. You can use emojis, you can go crazy. But again, this is the second step to nurture the story that we're telling. You're engaging, you're making people turn into your advocates, and now you're bringing value to them. And some of the examples of push notification is the welcome, definitely, the thank you whenever they submit a referral, whenever they submit a review. So you can use very precisely push notifications to get more reviews, and we know the power of reviews in this market. Check-in ins, definitely. So after their first utility bill, after storms, reminders of appointments, some warranty expirations, holiday greetings, promotions and discounts. Like, the list is endless. Again, we have a resource here. And you can just search on Google, like, what are the best time to send push notification, or what are the best occasions to send push notifications. You can go crazy. But one thing that it's very important is that, especially when you are on the spot with your sales rep, you need to make sure that they ask the person to allow you to get the notification. Otherwise, they're not going to get the notification, and then you're still going to reach a lot of people. But the more the people don't skip the step and make sure that they allow the app to send notifications, this is like precious.
Yes, I agree. And that's an important point. And we recently published a blog post that I've linked on this slide. So when you download the slides, you'll have access, a direct link to that. And it provides you with some of the best practices that Barbara just talked about, including a method that we call the TAP method when it comes to sending push notifications, which comes with sending timely, actionable, and personalized notifications. And those usually have the best response. So we've also got a one-pager that highlights the main points of that blog post, because it does have a lot of information about push notifications and how you can take advantage of them. So that one-page kind of summary cheat sheet, we have that ready for you at the end of the webinar as well. But we do encourage you to click that link on this slide when you have a chance to review the slides, to look at the blog post in detail, because there's a lot you can do with push notifications. And I do want to reiterate the importance of remembering to include the enabling your push notifications when talking about your app download with your customers. And we talked about that. Exactly. And we talked about that in the GTR Success Strategies webinar we did a little while ago, Barbara and I together, and we have that replay for you as well. But that is one thing that we talk a lot about, like encouraging you to have your customers download the app early in the process. And when you do that, one little piece you want to add in there is, hey, you know what? When you download the app, make sure you enable push notifications, because that's how we're going to keep in touch with you. That's how you're going to be notified if you have project stages turned on, when your project has moved forward. That's how you're going to be notified when you send a referral and you get paid. So it's really important to remind everybody why they need to enable those push notifications.
Yes, good point, Michaela.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we are moving right along. We have talked about email. We have talked about push notifications. We've gotten into the dashboard a little bit. Now we're going to talk a little bit about our next one, which is social media.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So social media is the cherry of the cake, I would say.
The icing on the cake, the cherry on top.
The cherry on top, yes.
Yes, I agree. It can be so powerful. And I do want to note that each of these strategies that we are talking about today, email marketing, push notifications, and social media, we could probably do a webinar on each of them individually and dive really deep. So we are giving you a really high level overview today, simplified way of really attacking these, just to kind of get you going and find a little bit of the power of each of them. So with social media, it's such a vast arena. And you know, the platforms that most of us are familiar with include Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of them. So you can use these social sharing platforms in a number of ways. And here are just a few of them. Asking your customers to share their experience is obviously the first and one of the most powerful, I think. And we talked a little bit about this on the Success Strategies webinar that we did with a customer that had a case study with us named Zuna Solar, and the way that they used drone footage, video drone footage, and photos that they shared with their customers upon project completion. And those customers were then able to excitedly share, look at my new roof, or look at my new solar panels, and their referral form link with that. So it's an exciting and fun, quite frankly, way of sharing and promoting your company. What do you think, Barbara? Would you like to add here?
Yeah, and why I say this is the cherry on top of the cake, because with the results of your communication and doing a great job and providing an excellent experience, when they share this in social media, they're just expanding your reach. So if you're 5,000 customers, let's just say that 50 of them sign up as an advocate. I'm being very, very conservative, okay? But if each one of them has 100 friends on Facebook and they share a link, see how it's exponentially growing your reach with very little work on your end. And they're not going to share only the link to refer. They're going to share a good feedback about your brand. This is buzz. So
Yeah.
very, very important. There are so many ways to do it. In our platform, you have social media, you have social media connected to our app, but it doesn't stop there. As you are going to see on Chad's video, by copying your referral link in your phone, for example, this is how he's gonna show you what to do. But if you take that link, if your advocates take that link and put it on LinkedIn, for example, that it's not even a platform that we have access in our app, they can expand even more. They can text your friends. They can send this message on message apps like WhatsApp, that it's very, very popular. And the connections that they have in WhatsApp might be even deeper than connections that they have in Facebook. So it's important that you leverage all of the platforms as much platforms as you can, because this is the power of the buzz and the power of the branding.
Yeah, absolutely. Social media is huge, and most people have at least one or two social media accounts. And you want to do just that. You want to share, and your customers want to do the same. So when you are promoting your referral program, you can be highlighting your customer projects and telling them about your referral program. Your customers can share their experience and share their referral form to then send you referrals. There's a lot that you can do with it. And to highlight the social sharing tool, I'm going to show you a quick little video from our friend Chad. Chad Etchison is our customer team lead here at GTR, and he is going to give us a little overview of the social sharing tool by GTR. So let's check that out and see what he has to say. I love it when Chad joins us.
GTR interface was launched as of last summer. And along with 6 actionable toolbars or buttons that we've added on to the application, we've added a single touch toolbar towards the bottom. And that also includes our social share feature. And towards the bottom left-hand corner of that toolbar, if you go ahead and select that feature, you're going to be prompted into our social share drop-down. The focus today is going to be your referral form. So if you see across your social media links there, from Facebook to Twitter to email, WhatsApp, and then what would be SMS at that bottom feature there, you've got a multitude of platforms that we render inside of the application to make it easy for you to share this referral form outside of our doorstep. And again, when you're in that application, it's as simple as selecting the referral form on wherever you would like to share that. For me, as a sales rep here at GTR, my responsibility is to collect advocates, right? Now, my favorite feature and my favorite social share mechanism is text message. I'm 28 years old. I've had this phone strapped to my hip for 3/4 of my life. Emails these days for me, not necessarily too fancy. I text my friends, my colleagues, my counterparts, peers all day long. So my preference is, again, text message, right? Now, when you're in that social share feature, all I can ask of you, and with a couple of clicks, you select Share Referral Form. So when you select Share Referral Form, well, this should prompt and populate, and I went ahead and selected the text message button, a text message with that suggested post already there for you. And when it comes to that link towards the bottom, that is actually a personalized link for you and you alone. So when you take that URL and you go and post that to Facebook. Maybe you take that URL and go and post that to LinkedIn. Maybe send that direct message. It's all about sharing, social sharing in this instance, right? And so just ensure that you know how to find and locate that form within our platform. Now, that form can be used all kinds of places external to just this application. You can text the form to yourself and then have a very nice medium to then take that form, maybe create an email yourself, maybe create your own text message yourself. And that again is the power of the social media share feature. You are provided a URL that you can come up with a nice scripted message to and share that into a marketplace, a Facebook group, a LinkedIn group. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn this back over to our marketing team.
So on the heels of that, he was sharing everything that your customers will see, and they will want to, how they can use the social sharing tool. So it's super powerful there, asking them to share their referral form. And with that, they can be like, hey, check out my new roof, or however they want to highlight your company. And I think one of the important things, and again, this is a massive topic, social media. But one of the things I want to highlight, and since we talk a lot about referrals, is this getting social with your referral partners, because we have our customers and our employees and our team members who are our advocates, but we also have referral partners who maybe are local businesses. Like if you are a roofing company or a solar company, maybe you have a plumbing company that's down the road that you guys swap referrals. So you can highlight some of what's going on with their company, and they'll do the same for you. So it's all about that social sharing. Is there anything you wanted to add, Barb, before I highlight our partner here?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, I love Chad, but it's so funny to see how 10 years difference. It's different generation. Like he's all into social, and it's very important for you to understand your audience, because some people will respond better to email, while some people will respond better to text message because they're not even in social media. And a lot of people are like so into social media that two things: understand your audience and then try to hit them as much as possible with all of the channels, to be honest. And then the other thing is that I see social media in three different ways. So we can benefit your brand. So you can promote a lot about your brand and your referral program in your social media channels. And with that, you can put the link or the QR code for people to download your app, you as a company. The second thing is your sales reps, they can share their advocate form to get more people to sign up as their advocates. So we have a customer, very successful, that their sales reps, they go into neighborhood Facebook groups and they promote their advocate links in there. So people can become advocate of that sales rep of that company and give them referrals. And then the third layer is your advocates are going to share their referral link to get referrals through their network. So three easy and very important ways for you to promote your brand and get more referrals.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. I love it. So if you want to learn more about social media marketing, specifically as it relates to contractors like yourselves, you can check out the free social media marketing course by our partners over at Hook Agency. They do amazing work in marketing over there, so be sure to check that out if you want to dive deeper into social. It's like a 30-day marketing boot camp for social media. I've already run through it myself. I highly recommend it. It offers a great overview of what you can do and how you can structure that. So let's see. As we move forward to our next piece, this is an important one. We want to dive into tracking your referral program's success. We've talked about the marketing strategies, and once you've launched your app and you've pushed and gotten that first launch done, you're trying to gain some momentum, you're going to have quarterly business reviews, or QBRs as we call them, with your GTR Customer Success Manager. And these are some of the metrics that you are going to be keeping track of as you continue to develop and grow your referral program. So these are some important ones that we wanted to just introduce here. These are tracked for you in your dashboard. So it's not like you have to write them down. But you can want to keep an eye on those numbers and make sure you know where you stand and where you might be able to improve, because that's where your customer success manager is going to come in with these meetings. They're going to look and say, what can we do to help you get where you want to be? Anything else you'd want to add, Barbara, here?
Totally. I am the marketing operations manager here in Get the Referrals. So I am all into numbers and KPIs and the operation side. So for me, this is one of like the most important parts is for you to track. It means nothing for you if you implement and you don't track your success. And tracking has double purpose. One, celebrate your wins, right? If you're on pace with your program and you're like rocking and a lot of people are turning into advocates, and this is great. But if it's not, you need to keep an eye and see where you need to improve. So an example, it all starts with advocates, right? So you have your QBRs with your CSMs, with your customer success manager. You're going to evaluate the amount of advocates that you have at a certain period, at a certain time of your program. If you're not hitting the KPI expected, there's something here to be learned. Maybe your sales reps are not signing up people. Maybe you haven't taken those actions that were showing you to do with your current customers. Something is there. And I want to mention again, it all starts with advocates. If you don't have advocates, you're never going to get referrals, right? If your advocates are fine, but you're not getting the referrals expected, there's something there. You're not connecting with those people. You're not promoting your program as frequent as you could, or people are not seeing value in your company to refer you. So this is like you need to worry about that. So work that. If you have advocates and referrals on a good pace, but you don't have them sold, something is there with your sales team. The pitch is not adjusted. There's something there that you need to improve. They need coaching. They need a better process, whatever it is, right? If you have the three of them up to speed and you don't get a lot of reviews, it might be because your customers are not happy enough to review you, or if because you're not asking for a review. A lot of people want to send a review and want to send a referral, but if you don't prompt them, they're not going to do it, okay? So see how you can celebrate the wins, but also learn a lot from what's not working. And you need to keep an eye on it on a weekly, on a monthly, on a quarterly basis, on a yearly basis. Like you need to live and breathe numbers to be successful. And push notifications go along with the process because it can be used in so many ways along this funnel. You need to keep an eye on push notifications to see if people are getting the push notification, if they are opening, and we do have a great funnel for that. If they're being delivered, if they're being opened, if they're being read, if people are taking action. So please, just take a moment to really work your numbers and work to improve the process if you have a gap in some of the stages.
Excellent. Love it. And I want to mention too, these are some metrics, some KPIs that you'll be going over and keeping track of, some really important ones. But like Barbara said, there are a lot of metrics in our dashboard for those who want to get deep into the analytics. I mean, like what she said with regard to the funnel for push notifications, there's a lot of metrics so you can look at who's receiving them, who's opening them, who's clicking them. Like there's a ton that you can do with GTR. And we're giving you kind of an overview here of what you can do from the beginning. But if you want to dive deeper, you can absolutely do that. The knowledge base is there for you to guide you through that. Your CSM is always there to answer any questions that you might have. So on that note, I do want to do a little reminder here for everyone that your time.
Can I just say something, Michaela? I am reading through the message on the chat. For some reason, the audio with Chad's feedback, Chad's instruction didn't play with the audio. So just so you know, yeah, we can link the video here. I can try to find on YouTube and then put it here. If not, we will have it on the version of it, the printable version of it, and you can have quick access. Just sorry for this inconvenience. When we tested, it all worked out. But we're going to provide the audio for you. Oh, it's already there. She
there you go.
As well as the Hook Agency posts that she linked on the previous email. It's there too. That's how we want to help you guys. We're like real-time help here.
Yes. It looks like some heard it, maybe some didn't. So if you didn't, please feel free to click the link and check out the video of Chad. It's only 3 minutes, and he just kind of goes over that social sharing tool in the most fantastic way, I might say. And just again, success managers. In the beginning, you're going to have a little bit of a time investment. Like Barbara said at the top of this webinar, we're not a plug and play platform. That initial time that you take with us with your training and setup and launch is important. And it does take a little bit of time, but it is time invested and it is time well spent because it is the foundation for your success. So keep that in mind. Now, on that note, I think it is time for us to dig into some questions. And I think we have a couple in here. So I'm going to move this presentation and show just you and me here. Hello, hello. And let me see what we've got here. I think there was this question here. Let me go to our Q&A screen and publish this. Can you import a CVC, you mean CSV file, or one by one?
Yeah, if it's CSV, you are right. You can import in a book or one by one.
Excellent, excellent. And I think Matt is asking if we can post the Hook Agency in the chat. Yes, absolutely. I am on it, my friend. I will do that for you as well. And I'm going to also share with you our post-webinar page of resources. And I don't think we have any other questions. Let me make sure. Let's see here. I think that is all of the questions we have. If you have any lingering questions, we do have a few more minutes. So please feel free to pop them in the chat box. If you don't, I am going to pop the link in the chat box with our success resources.
Oh yeah, this page is fantastic because it has all of the material that was shared, videos, PDFs, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we have from the past session as well, right, Michaela? It's all in one place.
It is, in fact, all in one place. Yes, it is. That is the fact there. We have your webinar slide deck today, which you are looking at here, and all the links are clickable. We also have the Your App Marketing Plan printable, which I'm super excited about, you guys. It's gives you kind of the steps that we've talked about today that we recommend and our whole team recommends that you do to at least start off with a great launch. And that's just from the very beginning, right? That's incorporating your referral program into your company culture and doing all the things to make sure that your team is on board and they understand the program, how it works. And it's all about making sure that you are doing the email import to do your launch. You want to get those push notifications set up. You want to share on social and have a strong launch for your success. So that marketing plan will kind of give you a little guide in case you aren't sure where to go with that. And we also have the importing contacts into Email Manager printable. That is a resource from our knowledge base that we thought maybe you just wanted by itself. For those who are like me, who like to print things out or look at them separate from a full article, that is there for you as well. Now, just a quick reminder, our customer success team is there to answer any questions that you have. If you find something in knowledge base and you try to do something and you're not sure how to do it or you get stuck, they are there to help you. So please feel free to reach out, support@getthereferral.com. I will note, though, that they are not marketers and they can't do the marketing for you. Barbara and I are part of the marketing team here at GTR. But if you need any additional marketing help beyond what we've shared with you today, you have these resources are our partners. We highly recommend Hook Agency and WebRunner as they specialize in contractors just like you. So on that note, I don't see any other questions that have come through. I think that we are done for today. I have very much enjoyed our time. I hope that you guys have gotten, I hope you guys have gotten a lot of value out of this. I hope that you really do take advantage of those downloads, you guys. There's such great information there. I think it will really support everything that you've learned today. Barbara, thank you so much for joining me today and for your insight and your expertise as always. It is a pleasure having you.
Thank you, Michaela. Thank you for putting all of this together. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this section, that we were able to bring a lot of good and useful information. And I can't wait for the next session.
Me too. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.